Welcome to Kings on Science. This is a series of test yourself questions on the topic of cell biology as part of your biology revision. Let's dive straight in. Question 1. This is a specialised cell responsible for passing on genetic information. Name the type of specialised cell. Is it a red blood cell, sperm cell, palisade cell, or root hair cell? It's a sperm cell. Question 2. This is a specialised cell. Why does having a nucleus help it carry out its function? Is it to break the outer layer of the egg, to help the cell swim to the egg, to provide the chromosomes for fertilization, or to release energy? It's got a nucleus to provide the chromosomes for fertilization. Question 3. This is a specialized cell. Why does having a tail help it carry out its function? Is it to break the outer layer of the egg, to help the cell swim to the egg, to provide the chromosomes for fertilization, or to release energy? Tail helps the cell swim to the egg. Question 4. This is a specialized cell. Why does having lots of mitochondria help it carry out its function? Is it to break the outer layer of the egg, to help the cell swim to the egg, to provide the chromosomes fertilization, or to release energy so the cell can swim? Mitochondria carry out respiration, so it's to release energy. Question 5. What is the name given to a group of tissues working together? Are they organ, organism, organ system, or cells? A group of tissues working together is an organ. Question 6. What is the name given to a group of cells working together? Is it organ, organism, organ system, or a tissue? A group of cells working together is a tissue. Question 7. What is the relationship between the size of an organism and its surface area to volume ratio? Is it the larger the animal, the larger the surface area to volume ratio, or the smaller animal, the larger the small surface area to volume ratio? It's smaller the animal, the larger the surface area to volume ratio. Question 8. How are the alveoli adapted to increase absorption of oxygen? Is it the walls are one cell thick, they've got limited blood supply, they've got a large surface area, or they've got poor ventilation? It's the fact that they're one cell thick and got a large surface area. Question 9. How are the alveoli adapted to increase absorption of oxygen? Is it the fact they've got thick walls, good blood supply, small surface area, or good ventilation? They've got good blood supply and good ventilation. Question 10. What is the function of the cell wall? Is it contain genetic material, to stop the chloroplast leaking out, to strengthen the cell, to protect the cell? The cell wall's there to strengthen the cell. Question 11. Where are proteins made in a cell? Are they made in ribosomes, mitochondria, cell wall, or nucleus? Proteins are made in ribosomes. Question 12. What is the role of the cell membrane in a cell? Is it to control the transport of substance into the cell? Is it where energy is released, where glucose is made, where photosynthesis takes place, or where proteins are made? Cell membrane controls the transport of substances into the cell. Question 13. What is the role of the mitochondria in a cell? Is it to control substances in and out of the cell, where energy is released, where glucose is made, where photosynthesis takes place, or where proteins are made. The mitochondria is where the energy is released. Question 14. What is the role of the chloroplast in a cell? Is it to control transport of substances into the cell, where energy is released, where glucose is made, where photosynthesis takes place, or where proteins are made? The role of chloroplast is photosynthesis. Question 15. What is the role of ribosome in a cell? Is it to control the transport of substances into the cell? Is it where energy is released, where glucose is made, where photosynthesis takes place, or where proteins are made? The role of ribosomes is where proteins are made. Question 16. Name one structure which is present in both plant cells and the fungal cells, but not in animal cells. Is it ribosomes, mitochondria, cell wall, nucleus, cell membrane? Plant and fungal cells both have a cell wall. 17. Give 3 ways that the student could improve the drawing. Do they include the modification, draw the cells larger, colour in the cells, label the structures, connect the cell walls? They need to include the modification, they need to label the structures, for example the nucleus, and they need to connect the cell wall so there's no gaps in the drawing. Question 18. Which part of the microscope is used to adjust the focus on the microscope? Is it A, B, or C? It's structure A, which is the focus knob. Question 19. Which part of the microscope is used to adjust the magnification of the microscope? Is it A, B, or C? It's part C, which is the objective lens, and you simply turn it to the magnification that you require. Question 20. When preparing a microscope slide, explain why a thin layer of onion cells is used. Is it to prevent air bubbles, to allow light to pass through, to stain the cells, or to increase the magnification? It's to allow the light to pass through. Question 21. When preparing a microscope slide, explain why iodine solution is added to the onion. Is it to prevent air bubbles, to allow light to pass through, to stain the cells, or to increase the magnification? It's to stain the cells. Question 22. When preparing a microscope slide, explain why the cover slip is lowered slowly at an angle. Is it to prevent air bubbles, to allow light to pass through, to stain the cells, or to increase magnification? It's lowered at an angle slowly to prevent the air bubbles. Question 23. Onion cells can be seen using an electron microscope. Give 2 ways onion cells will look different when seen using an electron microscope. Do you see more detail, see more colours, see the cells under larger magnification, or see a blurry image? See the cells in more detail and you see a larger magnification. Question 24. The cells which are first formed from the fertilised egg are stem cells. Name the process by which these stem cells form specialised cells. Is it diffusion, fertilisation, differentiation, or cell division? They form the cells by differentiation. Question 25. How would cells look different if they were seen using an electron microscope rather than a light microscope? Would the cells look coloured? Would the cells have no nuclei? Would the cells look larger? Would the cells look more blurred? Or would the cells show more internal structures? Question 26. Oxygen enters animal cells by diffusion. Name one other substance that enters cells by diffusion. Carbon dioxide, water, DNA, glucose. Glucose enters cells by diffusion. Question 27. Some organisms take in oxygen using a respiratory system. In humans, gas exchange takes place in the lungs. Name the organs where gas exchange takes place in fish. Is it the brain, the heart, gills, or small intestine? It's the gills. Question 28. By which process is oxygen moving into cell A? Is it active transport, diffusion, osmosis, or transpiration? Moving in by diffusion. Question 29. Which diagram shows oxygen moving in by diffusion? Is it A, B, or C? It's cell A. Question 30. What's the name of the cell? Is it a root hair cell, red blood cell, sperm cell, nerve cell? It's a nerve cell. Question 31. Describe one feature of the nerve cell that helps it carry out its function. Does it contain chloroplast for photosynthesis, tail to help it swim, many mitochondria for active transport, or is it long for fast electrical impulses? It's long for fast electrical impulses. 32. What type of cell is cell A? Bacteria cell, plant cell, or animal cell? Cell A is a bacteria cell. 3. What type of cell is cell B? Is it bacteria cell, plant cell, or animal cell? It's an animal cell. Question 34. What type of cell is cell C? Is it bacteria cell, plant cell, or animal cell? It's a plant cell. Question 35. Which cell will carbon dioxide move into at the fastest rate? A, B, C, or D? Fastest rate will be A because it's a higher concentration on the outside than the inside of the cell. Question 36. Which cell will carbon dioxide move out at the fastest rate? A, B, C, or D? Cell D. Question 37. Why do sperm cells contain many mitochondria? Is it more respiration, to penetrate the egg cell, to release more energy, to be more streamlined, or to have energy needed to swim? So they can produce more respiration, therefore release more energy, and the energy is needed for them to swim. Question 38. Why do muscle cells contain many mitochondria? Is it for more respiration, to release more energy, to remove lactic acid, to transfer oxygen to the cells, or for energy needed for contraction of muscles? It allows them to carry out more respiration, therefore to release more energy, and they need that energy for the contraction of the muscles. Question 40. Name the type of specialised cell found in plants. Is it a palisade cell, spongy mesophyll, guard cell, or root hair cell? This is a root hair cell. Question 40. Describe how the root hair cell is adapted to increase the absorption of substances from the soil. Does it have chloroplasts, lots of mitochondria, large surface area, or a tail to swim? It has lots of mitochondria and a large surface area. Hope you found these questions useful. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.